Yo everyone, hey, I'm making another video for your pleasure and enjoyment. I made that first video on Lexus struts and how to repair the rear struts on the Lexus. Now what we're going to do is maybe the front struts. And if you want to know how struts work, why they're important, why they're good for safety, all that blah blah blah, just a diatribe by me, go to the other video on how struts work and specifically rear Lexus RX300 struts. Now this is going to be for the front, but both these videos go hand in hand with any car that is coil sprung. I mean, that's a crap ton. That's almost all modern cars minus pickup trucks. All cars, Honda, Accord, Civics, Lexus, Audi, Volkswagen, they're all coil springs. They've all got struts in the front and the back. I mean, dude, any car you can think of, Chevy Cavalier, I mean, anything you can think of, you can name it, Maxima, they're all the same, okay? The only thing you're going to see different is maybe on a truck because it's going to have leaf springs. So now what I'm going to do is the front struts on a 2000 model Lexus RX300. It's the exact same on the Highlanders, exact same on the Lexus RX300s. It's like 04. Alright, but anyway, here we go. Yo, so here we are. All I did was yank off the tire, and I collected my tools. You guys might use the baker's dish for baking pudding. Bo uses it for tools. Either way. Right? So, all you gotta do, this is the easy way. Last time I showed you the hard way. If you watch my other video, it explains how struts work. This video, geared a little bit differently. This is gonna show you how to use power tools. It's a lot easier if you have an impact, but a lot of guys don't have a fucking impact, man. You don't have impact and compressor and all that shit. You're just working out in the dirt like I started. So that's awesome. The other video would be a lot easier. It shows you how to take all this stuff kind of apart so you can get a big breaker bar in there and everything else. The complete breakdown. But this is just going to be if you got impact or if you think you can break these nuts free, you can do it this way, which is really the easy way, okay? Here's what you do. This is an ABS wire. It sits here in a plastic clamp like this. Just yank it off. Just be careful with it, gentle. There you go. 12mm bolt right here. It also connects the ABS and the brake line. Pop that thing free. Just kind of pull it up over to the side. Next thing you're going to yank free is this. This is called a sway bar link. Take the sway bar link. It's a 14mm with a 5mm Allen key. It goes in the center, and you'd use two at the same time. You can see my other video. I kind of explain it, and I show you what happens if you strip it in the other video. So if you strip that, a lot of times they'll get stripped. If you strip it, watch my other video in completion, and it will help you maybe. Pop these bolts free. They're both 22mm. You take both these 22mm free, tap this part with a hammer, and it'll kind of come free. Next thing you're going to do is come up top. Right here, 14mm. There's three of them. Take those 14mm free, and that whole strut will just come right out. And you got to wiggle it out through the lower end, set it on the ground, and that's what we're going to use. This really nasty looking machinery. There you go. That's a strut compressor is what it's called. You can see me in my other video how I do it. I'm going to go ahead and yank this thing out and get it out on the floor just like I showed you. Just yank those two bolts, the one for the brake line, and these three bolts on top. And I'm going to put it on the floor and I'll show you guys how to do it again. Cool, so here's the strut. I already got it out. Just this bolts that I told you, and it comes right out. Kind of got to work with it a little bit and finagle it out around the wires, but it comes out. This is what you guys might find. So if you try and take this bolt free, it just spins, man. Like this inner metal piece of the strut just spins and spins and spins. Like that. Eventually it'll just start smoking. A minute ago I had it smoking. Well, I know you guys don't have impacts, but here's how you can get that thing to stop. You have to hold it down here. You can either use a pair of vice grips or a pipe wrench. I'm going to use a pipe wrench just because I've got it. Now, I don't care about this one because it's junk, obviously. You don't want to really do that on a new one because the new one will be damaged. So you can only do this on the old one, but say it's spinning like this and you're trying to get the old one off and you can't figure it out. Get some vice grips, a big pair of vice grips, and clamp it down on that shiny metal bar here, the rod, cylinder rod, or use a pipe wrench and slide up in there and then try and use your impact or your socket, whatever you're doing.